You know where you are? You're in the Guns and Radio podcast, baby. You're gonna die.
It's the Guns and Radio podcast coming to you live from the internet that Al Gore invented. We're interrupting your masturbation while you're in quarantine to bring you another great podcast. As always, I'm Dustin Bonez.
And I'm Chris Caputo. Welcome to episode number 52 of the Guns and Radio podcast.
That's right. We've got another special guest with us this week. Please welcome from GNR Central, Geoff.
Hey, kids. How you doing,
Hey,
guys?
man.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Geoff.
Oh, it's my pleasure as always, man. This is my second round since January, and a lot's happened since then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of shit.
Just a bit.
Understate.
Just a bit.
Oh, man. But yeah, we've got a lot to catch up with Geoff on. We're going to chat with him for a little while, and then we're going to talk about, I have a feeling that we're going to both talk about and review the song Patience in great detail in just a little bit. But first, guys, this weekend is August 8th, and you know what that means. It's going to be Kiss Rocks Vegas live on Fight. And the best part is, dude, you can get this concert and 11 others for one low price. Did you know about this, Caputo?
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. It's $39.99, and you get a new concert every Saturday, basically until the end of September.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. And if you join right now, you can get immediate access. Immediate means you don't have to wait. To Def Leppard, the Rolling Stones, Toto, and Motley Crue. And then this weekend is going to be Kiss in Vegas, followed by Slipknot. And, of course, we're always building up to the 29th of August when it's going to be Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators from the Living the Dream Tour. This is a huge event for Fight. They're coming through with us, giving us something to look forward to each and every week. So if you're interested in that, you want to check that out, click the link in the description and get on board so you can watch along with me and Caputo here. And like I said, let us know when you do. We may even join you on Discord or something. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But let's see. What else have we got to do here at the opening of the show? Shout-outs. Do you got any shout-outs this week?
I got a few shout-outs this week. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. Well,
I got a couple here. Shout out to one of the newer sort of GNR fan pages. You can follow them on Instagram and Twitter. It's at GNR Black and White. Posting some great content. They're fairly new, so give them a follow, and hope you guys enjoy what they like. I also got to give a shout out to our guest last week, Matt Manzella. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Matt Manzella, and check out his stuff on Spotify. His instrumental album is really good. Definitely worth a listen.
oh, yeah. And, of course, as always, if you want to join the conversation, you can over on our Discord by getting your invite at gunsandradio.com. You can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at gunsandRadioPod. And, of course, all of our links, all of that good shit is all available over at gunsandраdio.com. So, let's cut that shit. Geoff, you got anything you want to plug today?
No. Let's plug, hey, vaccine, man. That's what I want to plug. Let's plug a vaccine. Hope you can find it. And the rest of us can get the fuck on with our lives. Go see some live rock and roll.
Wouldn't that be the shit if we got a vaccine right as this was airing?
I swear to God, I will never, ever pull my cell phone out at a concert again. I will trade it for a fucking vaccine.
Damn. That's a straight up.
I will keep my eyes on the band. At least for the first 10. At least for the first 10.
For the first couple songs, then after that, it's okay.
No, the first 10 shows, I think.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah.
We're talking 10 minutes.
Oh.
I don't even if we do have a vaccine, I don't want to be touching a bunch of shit around a bunch of people too, man. Like, we don't know how this vaccine, when we get it, like how it's gonna affect us in the, you know.
I know, dude. It's been making me paranoid. Like, I've gotten so much more paranoid and germophobic since all of this went down
Dude,
than I've ever been.
I have gone through more fucking hand sanitizer in the last 4 months than I have in the last 40 years of my life, man.
Oh, yeah. I keep a bottle of hand sanitizer connected to my keychain, and I started noticing that without thinking about it, like every time I touch something, I've been like germic and not even really thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's how it's become ingrained.
Yeah, dude, a lot of new habitual stuff. Like literally every time I come home, right away wash my hands. That's it.
Flatten it
Oh,
first,
yeah.
motherfuckers. That's all you gotta do.
That's it.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be washing my hands before I take my afternoon shit,
Yeah.
but it's happening.
Hey man, FYI, if I had a long day and I've been touched, but before the pandemic, and I had a long day and I haven't taken a leak, you bet your ass I'm gonna wash my hands before I touch my balls, dude. So,
Exactly.
so
Fucking
I'm just going out the other end, not to be TMI, but hey, that's just how it is, dude. If my hands are touching a bunch of things, I'm not gonna touch my junk first. I'm gonna wash my hands.
yeah, hell no.
Basic.
Real man, like a real man.
Yeah.
Real men wash their hands before they touch their junk.
Right. Reminds me that you guys ever see Deadpool 2 when the two hillbillies are talking about cleaning themselves, and then what's his name?
No,
What's his name shows up and kills them both.
is it Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool?
Not Deadpool, but it's his half nemesis in the film.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't seen number 2 yet.
2's good. You should check it out.
Yeah, I've had time. I mean, at this point,
We had too much time. Not enough of it, I think, anymore.
Trust us, Chris. Down here in America, we have plenty of time.
I was gonna say, yeah, things are just going back and forth. It's like, oh, we're open, now we're closing again.
I know, dude. That is so fucking frustrating. When if they would have just let it go, but I mean, like everything has become so. I don't see how you make a political issue out of this. I don't know why the rednecks are fucking like bitching about it's my right not to wear a mask.
Yeah, unfortunately, those people are like gullible as fuck and will literally believe anything. I mean, like,
Well,
look how powerful Alex Jones got.
With all due respect, I just, I figure Darwinism will take care of it. So,
I hope so.
Wear your fucking mask, man. Like,
wash your hands, wear your
Gear
mask.
before November.
Sorry, what'd you say about November?
I hope it kicks it in before November.
Oh
man! Speaking of the virus, we actually have Alex Jones on the phone. He's gonna what he wants to say about it. Mr. Jones, what do you have to say about?
Yeah, folks. I got a lot to say. I want to say about this virus, this pandemic. You see, it's just a bunch of bullshit come up by a bunch of liberals and just fucking pass off everybody to scare everybody so well fucking crash the United States government so that the elitists can take over. And there's only one way to fix it, and that's to go to Infowars.com and buy all of my supplements. And I'm going to tell you right now, you've got the Manly Mech 5000. It's a new powder I've created. It's made out of chocolate powder and It's made out of chocolate powder, cocoa leaves, and what else? God damn it, I can't ever remember all the shit. It's the nutraceutical. That's all I know. And it's been proven to cure Ebola. I'm not going to say that that's going to be a cure for whatever this fucking new virus is called these days. What do they call it? Corona? Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, contravirus or whatever they fucking call this bullshit now. Bullshit. Anyway, Infowars.com.
Oh well.
Nice to hear you out and about again, Mr. Jones.
Oh, he's gone now. I hung up on him.
I was gonna say, didn't he get like caught for like selling shit that like he was like, oh yeah, this will cure coronavirus? It did not. Literally, pretty sure that happened.
I missed that one, man. How much he's under a microscope these days? Sometimes, man. I didn't hear that one. That was the new one. I'll have to look that up when we're finished. I did not hear about that one.
Oh man, I still love the Gay Frogs. I know it's a classic at this point, but it's still my favorite Jonesism. Probably the Gay Frogs.
And let's not forget Sandy Hook was a fucking bullshit face. It was a red
flag.
It
was all actors and shit. Get the fuck out of here, asshole.
Oh, how did he get back? I thought I hung up on him.
He almost broke the internet though when he did the Joe Rogan. He did the Joe Rogan podcast, man. I admittedly watched it. I watched him
too. He comes up to me as like he's crazy, and Joe is like trying to be a friend, and it's like, dude, no, calm down.
Chill, smoke a joint with Joe Rogan, man. That's
He
it.
did. He did.
Yeah. He's still
He-
crazy. Fuck.
He
Nothing
did.
can take the edge off that guy.
All Joe Rogan had to do was get him fucked up, and he just went off the handle. So God knows what he does before he goes live on his podcast. So now you know.
Oh God.
He was calm as a cucumber. And the minute Joe Rogan brought out the booze, and the minute he brought out the smoke, he just went into this complete hyperactivity.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we actually have an audio clip of Alex Jones pre-InfoWars ritual. Let's see what I'm going to play on
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the shit.
it. Okay. Hey, I guess we know now.
Knowing's half the battle, brother.
I would think like his spiritual thing was to do the opposite of that. That's why he sounds like all angry and aggressive and always yelling. Because he can, maybe has like a permanent case of blue balls.
I don't know, dude. Like the cocaine is a fucking
It's a hell of a
rage
drug.
Thank you, Rick James.
That it is, or so I've heard. Anyway, I don't think I've admitted anything on this podcast yet. Anyway, oh man. So Geoff, you said I know we talked in you before the show, and we talked about what's going on with GNR Central. You said Sid's pretty much done.
Well, with the podcast, yeah, for now. I mean, for the band themselves, they're not really doing anything, so he's got other things to do. I mean, and with the virus, at the end of the day, there's nothing to do. So,
I mean, it's understandable.
when you're a band and you have Metallica releasing Monday night free shows on YouTube for fundraisers, and you only get collectively maybe 30 minutes from GNR since the pandemic and people having to sit their asses at home, and what is there to talk about?
Yeah, believe it or not, we've run into this problem a few times ourselves. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
until maybe Axel Duff / or Steven or Izzy gave us an interview, I don't foresee us doing one in the near future.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm enjoying Rock and Roll True Stories.
Uh-huh.
I've enjoyed his rock and roll channel, his non-GNR channel. It didn't occur to me until you spoke till we spoke earlier before the show when we were talking. It really didn't occur to me that, I mean, you're right. He hasn't put out anything in a while GNR related, but I mean, I've still been watching his other shit, but I don't know. It just never struck a bell to me that
if you do the math, he's got 100,000 subscribers on True Stories, and I can't blame him. Got to feed your family, and you got to feed your family, and on the other hand, what else is there to do? Because, like I said, GNR isn't doing shit right now, so you can't. I can't in a million years describe how bad Team Brazil polishes up a turd and tries to feed it to its fans.
It's an interesting analogy, that's for sure. It's pretty spot on.
It really is.
First,
same turd.
Yeah.
Not even squeeze out a new one.
Yeah. From Fernando saying we get new material, which was Shadow of Your Love, which, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, was recorded before he was even born. That's not new material.
Those are like 30 years old.
Yeah. That's not new material. And I'll take to my grave that there's no way that they kept Steven's track on that. And second, you get 30 minutes, dude. That's all we've had with promises on the Reddit discussion. So the ball has been in that band's court for the whole time. And if there's nothing post-COVID, or when concerts start again, which will probably, in my opinion, be 2023, all these people are like, oh, they're going to re-announce for 2021. No, they're not. Dude, it took fucking 4 years to find a polio vaccine. Let's be realistic. It's either going to die out or it's not. And 4 years for polio vaccine. In my opinion, these bands are keeping the money from the ticket sales, and I think there has been a part, if the show is canceled, you can't get your money, but you can get your money back from Ticketmaster. But if it's been postponed, there's some hoops you have to jump through.
Yeah.
But dude, people who haven't returned their tickets, those bands are just sitting on the interest made of those ticket sales. So they're just shoveling the money to the left for a minute and holding all the interest, and they'll give you your money back, but they're going to keep the $7-8 million that the fucking revenue collected in interest. Because if you think about the whole tour is worth $1 billion almost.
Oh yeah.
Not almost, but $500 million. So if you sit on $500 million of interest, you're not hurting, homie.
I mean, who can blame them?
And I'm not saying at all GNR is doing this. At all. Or sorry, is the only band doing this. All the bands are doing this. All the bands are doing this. So it's not just them. And as a manager, I would fucking encourage my band to do the same.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuck it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
It's your money until you have to give it back, and if the government's going to keep pushing these supposed possible dates back, like it's still yours until you have to give it back. So why not collect the interest?
What have you been up to while we were in quarantine and there's not really much going on?
Dude, man, for a good solid 3.5 weeks, I went like right when all the what do I want to say? How do I want to pick my words carefully here? When all the civil unrest happened, I threw in the towel and fucking went camping, dude, for a long fucking time, dude. Hundreds of fucking miles fucking stretched. Like, I got the fuck out, dude, and been home not too long, and if this shit continues, I'm gonna head to Montana.
You know what he's saying, Chris? You know what he's saying? Have you ever seen the first episode of The Walking Dead where they're all camping out on top of the hill, waiting on this shit to go down? That's what he was doing. He was getting ready for the zombies.
Dude, did you see my Facebook post? All right, dude. So in Cincinnati on April 1st, and it was April Fool's Day, to fuck with me. The first Wednesday of every fucking month in Ohio, in Hamilton County, fucking they test the weather horns. And I was working at my desk, and I had fucking no idea what was going on. The horns went off, dude. I got up, I grabbed my Colt. I was like, fucking Marauder time, here we go.
Holy
and then
shit.
I looked at my watch, and I looked at my laptop, it was noon, it was April 1st, and the whole thing just like, I felt like a dumbass. But yeah, dude, I was like, fuck, here we go. It's fucking Marauder time.
So you said you was planning on going to Montana. What's in Montana?
Dude, I want to do Glacier, man. And there's like 1 in like 100,000 people and 1 in 100,000 feet between people. So, and it's summer and it'd be fucking dope. So,
yeah.
What other time in our lifetime could we do this and get away with it?
It's true.
Because at the end of the day, like when there's a vaccination, the world goes back to where it is and was. So, or if it dies out, you don't know science. But when else in my entire fucking life am I going to be able to do this? Guilt-free?
Yeah, I mean, you got to do whatever's best for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
The first leg was fun as fuck. Yeah, but half the journey is going to be like, yeah, but it's something I've never done before. So, and everybody that I've heard that's gone there, they're like, dude, the place is amazing.
Yeah, well,
so,
I'm not an outdoorsy person, so I'm the wrong person to be giving you advice about.
Nothing for me is more fun. Like, if I get a new album, I have to be out in the car, like, cruising around listening to it. Like, when I got Slash's new album with Miles, I had to be out in the car listening to it. When I got Duff's new solo album, I had to be out in the car listening to it. Like, and it's that time of year to do it. So that's just me, man. It has nothing to do with ups or downs. It's just, what the fuck else am I going to do? Trust me, there is nothing else to do in Ohio. But when you were saying living in the city with dense population, as opposed to like New York or Chicago, Ohio, at least in my city, they've been smart enough to build out instead of up. So there's not people living on top of each other, at least where I live.
Okay.
If you live in an apartment building, I guess that would be different. But Ohio, like at least my neck of the woods, most of it I would say, except for maybe Cleveland, a lot of it is building out instead of up. So Again, you're not
Could you
living on top of
imagine?
each other.
Could you imagine living like in NYC or something? Doesn't Brando live in NYC?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in New York.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. Like, more
can't
power
even,
to him.
can't even open the windows.
You don't really want to though in New York, anyways, man. It's LA. It's like it's not as bad as the shithole as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like when I was there, there used to be like garbage cans on every third street corner. Now they're on every street corner, and I'm telling you, that made a huge fucking difference. Um, but yeah, man, like I feel for him. I reached out to him kind of when they were going through all their shit, and they still are, and made sure everything was copacetic with him. And he's been active and live with his podcast, not protest.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's been killing with this podcast, so I can't.
So more power to him, man. And he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a lot going for him. I mean, the pandemic, with all due respect, is working to his advantage. So
I mean, it's working to a lot of advantages because like now you've got people that would normally be too busy to do a podcast, and now they're just kind of sitting at home.
yeah, right.
But
That's where it's like a lot of people are either going into the podcasting now,
Yeah.
or in 9 months you'll see a baby boom. One or the other.
Nah, man, I think we're seeing a divorce boom happening.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because like these
I can
couples are
assure
stuck
you
in.
of that. I can
Yeah,
assure
dude.
you of that, man.
You stick a husband and wife with them too long enough, then they get tired of each other's shit. They're like, fuck that.
I saw
What's-
a meme going around the other day that was like, or maybe like a GIF that was going like, option A, you could stay with your wife and kids, or option B, and the guy just says B.
don't care.
Yep. I'm out of here.
The pandemic actually worked out wonders for my divorce because it moved it the fuck along because our court date got canceled. And oh man, when that court date got canceled, I was pissed. So my ex-wife thought she was being a bitch when she served me my papers on Christmas Day, and then she got all bitchy because I was like telling everybody that was the best gift I got all year. I was like,
That's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year, Clark.
you guys listening at home, if you're stuck in lockdown and you're stuck at home and you're looking for something to eat, might we recommend the Holy Grail Steak Company for all of your beef needs, where you can get Wagyu burgers at half-pound patties for $18. And that's Wagyu, man. That's some pretty good shit. You can also get brisket. You can get rib burgers and at half-pound patties also for $18. They've got all kinds of things there. And, dude, I love it, man. As a matter of fact, I got a hold of some of this this week. And did I tell you about this, Chris? Came in. Finally.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about it. Yeah. Show me some stuff. I was like, ooh, it's making me salivate, boy.
Oh yeah, I went wild. I did break bad a little bit, and I got the I can't even pronounce this Akushi American Wagyu New York strip, and it cost me $59 for 16 ounces. But I didn't eat. I mean, I don't even eat all that in one go anyway. But I'm gonna tell you, man, like I was cutting my steak. Have you ever had a steak that was like so tender you could just cut it with a fork? Like you
Ooh.
don't even need a knife.
Oh, damn.
My God, it was amazing. Like I'm getting hungry. I'm about to go get the rest of it if I don't shut up and talking about it. But guys, you can join me in this great experience by checking the description and clicking the link to check out the Holy Grail Steak Company. It's the shit. It's amazing. And I'm going to tell you, you might take a look at these prices and go, whoa, that's fucking expensive. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's really not for the quality of cuts that you're getting. Because you're not getting the shit that you can buy at the grocery store. Okay? You're getting the top of the line, prime, USA meat. And it's worth every penny. So if you're a bit of a food snob like me, you're going to want to go check this out. They even got grass-fed prime rib, or prime ribeye, I should say. They've got everything, man. They even are the winners of the 2007 and 2012 Wagyu Olympics with their, oh my God, I can't pronounce all of these. Miyazaka. Just buy the shit. It's fucking good. Who cares what it's called? You'll know it when you see it. I'll put a link in the description. It's fucking incredible. Go check that out. But guys, let's talk about patience for a little bit, man. I'm having, and don't get me wrong, Jeff, I'm having a great time chatting with you and everything, but we really need to discuss this a little bit. So, patience, of course, as we all know, is part of the Lies EP.
Yep.
And what's your favorite song off of Lies, you guys?
Nice Boys.
Nice
When Nice Boys comes on, that one's crank.
Oh, I love that song. What about you, Chris?
Honestly, I'd say this one because it's the one like I most like sort of signify or like identify with this EP.
Yeah.
Not just
Patient?
for me, yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah, I would say it's this one.
I'll tell you, I identify with it right now, and with the world being on fire, than I do than I did. Nice Boys. I mean, like it's obviously a song for the times right now. I think. Hence
Oh,
Nora Jones cover. Hence Chris's release on his 56th or 55th birthday.
Mhm.
oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I was gonna say we should listen to that in extra after this.
Yeah. Yeah, we really should.
We're gonna
Because I
do
mean
that.
that really it's really weird that this came up in the lottery right after that dropped. But I'm looking here. I'm checking out let's see here. Okay, so according to Wikipedia, the motivation for this track is generally accepted to be the troublesome relationship between Axel and Aaron Everly.
Mhm.
This poor guy just can't win when it comes to broads. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, man. I think he's just looking at the wrong woman. Maybe who knows?
I know, right? You think Axel's married to Betta secretly?
Oh, fuck. I swear we mentioned this a few episodes ago. Like,
Did we? Have we had this discussion?
I think we like mentioned it briefly like a
Dude,
few
I
weeks
clapped
ago.
and laughed so hard I knocked the cable out of my headset, dude.
I mean, come
Hey,
on.
maybe for tax purposes they could be. You never know.
Oh,
Probably.
I didn't think about that for tax purposes.
Or
And
like,
Well, yeah.
she'd never be able to testify against them.
That comes in handy when you're Axel
And
Rose.
and she's always there.
Oh yeah, I learned a long time ago when you're chasing that band around, if you found Betta, you found Axel.
pretty much.
Because I met Betta about 3 times before I ever met Axel.
I've
She's
still
all.
I still have yet to meet the man. I've met people
Or-
in the circle. I've met Steven. I've met Slash. Obviously Doug Goldstein. Let's see here. There's some people in like I'm not gonna say, but there's some people I have in my phone that I can call, but I'm not. I respect the time and I'm not up their ass about anything. But
Oh yeah,
uh, until he comes to me, I'm not gonna knock on his door.
I know what you mean. Let's see what else we got. I mean, the song it was released. What year did this come out? It was in the '90s, wasn't
No,
it? '89.
89.
Yeah, I want to say spring of '89.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the charts here. In the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, it made it up to number 4, and in the U.S. Mainstream Rock from Billboard, it made it up to number 7. But in Ireland, it made it up to number 2, and that's the highest that it made it on any of the charts when it was debuted. And let's go ahead and let's just listen to it. You want to just listen to it?
We can watch the video too for it if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to pull up the music video so we can
Yeah, let's
we
get
can
the
look
video
at
going
it
here.
and everything.
It's an interesting music video. It's the last one with Steven Adler in it.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't even like actually doing anything on the song, which is interesting.
Do you know that you guys ever seen True Romance?
I have not. No.
I have not either. No.
Highly, fucking recommended. Highly recommended. Quentin Tarantino produced it, but he didn't direct it. Telling you, put it on your things to do during this lockdown shit. It's a great flick. It's actually, I think, free still on IMDb.com. I might be wrong, but
Well, what about it?
the end of the movie is taped in the same hotel.
Oh shit.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, because this is a pretty famous hotel they did it in. Even just like looking here, I'm on like the Wikipedia page for Patience. Says the video was shot in the Ambassador Hotel. It was famous because Bobby Kennedy was assassinated there in '68.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I think that's why they chose it.
probably.
Long before my time.
Yeah, for all of our times.
Yeah, right.
Man, it sucks to be a Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Because didn't one of them disappear? Like,
Well, JFK.
Allegedly.
JFK's plane went down, and they don't know if it was like the oxygen mixture in it. JFK obviously was assassinated. I'm not going to go all. You can spend hours going into theories on that.
Now listen, folks, if you don't mind, I've got something I want to say about it.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, sorry about that.
And then Bobby was assassinated. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken on my Kennedy history. And then Maria marries Arnold, and he has an illegitimate child with the nanny.
Holy fuck.
Oh man, you just can't win. You telling me that the mafia somehow didn't have something to do with this? Come on.
That's the theory I kind of believe in, because weren't they like getting like the mafia and like Frank Sinatra like funding Kennedy's like election anyways?
Yeah.
There was a whole story about that, and then like Kennedy's like they got him into power basically, and then he decided to say fuck you, and
Yeah,
then they
well,
got pissed or something.
Coming down on them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a lot of factors because you notice we went to Vietnam like what the next day, like immediately afterward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot going down there. Well, before we get started in actually watching the music video, let's talk about Dr. Strange CBD. Geoff, you ever tried CBD?
Pleads fifth. No, yeah, I have for my back. In fact, I got my mother on it too for her neck and back pains too. So that was a hurdle that was very what the fuck's happening with my family right now. And she did it during the lockdown. So I was like, Mom, this is an opportunity for you, and you don't like it, spend the lockdown fucking figuring it out if you don't like it. And she did.
Did it help her and everything?
Yeah, but serious neck injuries from a car accident, so you can only get so much from it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a little bit about it last week, and I forgot to mention, I told me and Caputo were talking about this off air last week, but I also got my mom to try CBD, and because she had gastric bypass for health reasons years ago, and for a long time, anytime she would eat or drink anything, no matter how little she would eat or drink, it would make her sick to her stomach, and that was causing more health problems. So I convinced her to try CBD to help with the nausea, and it also worked wonders for her. So she still uses it today. It took a lot of convincing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me too.
My mom is a hyper conservative lady, but it took a lot of convincing. But after she tried, I was like, "Look, Mom, what's the difference?"
Sounds like your mom and my mom could have a glass of wine together.
Shit, more like a glass of water. That's about all my mom would be down for. But no, it took a lot of convincing. But after she tried it and everything, and I was like, Mom, what's the difference between, you're taking all this dope that the doctor's giving you anyway,
Right.
all of these chemicals and shit like that. Why not try something that's all natural and fucking just see if it helps you? Like, what harm is that? I promise you, Jesus won't be mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she finally tried it, and she uses it to this day for the nausea, and it's really done wonders for her. It actually helped her put some weight back on, which I'm really happy to see.
Hell yeah.
And, so I mean, like, there's all kinds of things that you can use CBD for, and I recommend trying it. But I also recommend trying it through Dr. Strange CBD, which you can find a link in the description. They are the winners of the best hemp flower in the 2019 CBD East Expo. And they've got tons of products that you'll enjoy over there, starting as low as $3.29. Was it $3.29? I don't remember.
$3.79.
$3.79. Thanks, Chris.
It's still damn low.
I know, dude. $3. That's Jesus. Come on.
Damn. For this stuff, for sure, it's can't complain. Especially it's organically grown, right in the good old US of A. It's 100% organic. To emphasize that, it's basically sourced from reputable farms, and you're getting the freshest organic hemp flowers as well as other sorts of hemp products as well. So it's worth it for the price you get.
Oh yeah, and in Dr. Strange, every one of their products are always lab tested and are 100% organic, and plus they hand select each of their products exclusively for you, their customers. So go check that out. The link is in the description. It's great. You're gonna love it.
Support American farmers, man.
I know, right?
I was gonna say, farmers in general now in this pandemic need shit the most because they're
Yeah,
throwing out half the shit.
Dude,
Yep.
I know. I didn't even think of that, but you make a very good point. Now it's time to have some integrity.
Integrity.
Integrity. We made $300,000. Randy, no one gives a fuck.
Dude, when South Park pivoted to that, they pulled themselves out of the gutter, man. Like South Park was kind of going downhill when they switched the format to like you have to watch every episode to get it, you know?
Yeah, the whole season arc.
And instead of like just having current affairs and producing it on Monday and having it out on Wednesday, you know, like
I like that format though. For them,
the new one or the old one.
the new one, the old one was sort of.
That's what I'm
out.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they pulled themselves out of the gutter with this new format and going after. Is it Kyle's dad who's got integrity first?
Stan's dad.
Stan's dad. Right.
I had a.
They brought back Tally. Come on.
Yeah. I gotta test the levels of CBD in these. And he just gets fucking stoned within 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. If nothing else, guys, if you don't have any kind of health reason that you use the CBD oil, you can always dip your joints in it, and I promise you, you will see a difference.
Oh yeah.
You know what to do. Go to our get the music video. If you can't have trouble finding it, go to gunsradio.com. It'll be embedded in this episode. 3, 2, 1, play.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So let's see. We're back to where we've started there. Man, you know something? I still say Duff looks better now than he did back then.
Well, he stopped putting stuff up his nose every day.
Yeah, he stopped drinking too. Or else would have died.
Yeah, I heard he was up to like a gallon of vodka a day.
Fuck that. He was so bloated by the end of the Bad Apple tour, it wasn't even funny.
Poor guy. I just don't understand how anybody gets that out of control.
Well, when you don't have he had wives, but you don't really have that much responsibility and a lot of money in them, you know.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you had what did he have? Anxiety. You know, he's trying to like.
Then buy a jet ski.
He did. He probably did.
Oh, there we go. There's
Okay, so I see the snake.
And then the chick's like, Slash, look at my titties. Stop looking at that snake.
Damn, I love 80s chicks, man. 80s chicks with their big fucking hair is my favorite thing in the world.
He's got vintage Pornhub bookmarked on his.
Damn straight. You porn, there's less ads.
I was gonna say you probably have like that one poster of Farrah Fawcett that like everyone's dad talks about that they used to
That's
jerk
from
off
the
to in
70s.
Playboy. Fuck.
That's from the 70s. I do got a copy of Barbed Wire though with Pam Anderson in it.
Well, I have a copy of something else, but I'm not really keen on watching it.
Does it feature a drummer from a band that wishes they were as good as GNR?
No, I've seen that one with all due respect, but I will admit that I have a disc of the Bret Michaels one, which is even more rare.
Oh,
I've had it since college, so I'm sure it's scratched and won't even play.
Thank goodness.
Nowadays, everything's at your fingertips.
banging Pamela Anderson used to be a rite of passage at one point. I bet Axel's done it, sure. Who hasn't? I mean, shit, Caputo's done it.
Myself.
I love how he doesn't even, like, challenge me on it. Yeah. He's
Sure.
like, yeah, sure
I
did.
don't know, I'm kind of like trying to watch this video too at the same time. Oh, look, there's Steven Adler. Is that Stanley? Yeah.
Yeah, he
Steve,
showed
go
up.
hit on those chicks, man. Don't be a bitch. He's probably thinking like, am I gonna like be in this band any longer? I don't know.
Much longer.
He's like, I don't know how much longer I can handle being in this band. And they're like, oh, bro, that's okay.
Was this
We'll help
shot
you out.
before or after the Farm Aid?
Probably before, because wasn't Farm Aid like 1990?
Yeah, I was gonna say before.
I think. Yeah, because this was released in '89. It was probably shot like right around then.
This was the only single from it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think that maybe Used to Love Her.
Was you
Maybe
still
for
ever
radio
released to the
play,
single?
but they didn't push it.
Yeah, probably.
What else was on the single for Patience? I should have got up and got that.
You mean the B-side?
Yeah.
Rocket Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rocket Queen. That's odd.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I got it. I was like, what? They could have. You know what would have been perfect for them to release on the B-side? It's like
What's
a
that?
demo. It's a demo, like a mate's rehearsal demo. Like, this is what you can expect on the next album. As this album fucking holds you over.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, half of it was already recorded anyway. Half of it was Live Like a Suicide.
So you guys know the story of its creation, right?
Which one, Live Like a Suicide or Lies?
Lies.
Which you mean?
All right. So according to Goldstein, they were in Detroit and they were walking down the ramp, and Axel and Doug were walking, and Doug kept walking and past this kid who was crying. He was a teenager, and Axel, he just kept walking, and Axel stopped him, and he's like, "What the fuck's wrong?" Because he had just come from like the area where the band was. So we wanted to, I guess, make sure nothing was going on behind the scenes or something. And according to Goldstein, like right when they all got on the bus, the kid told Axel, like, "Dude, I have everything at the time, all your bootlegs, everything. I just can't get a copy of Live Like a Suicide because the scalpers are charging fucking $500 to $700 in the mom and pop record stores for them because there's only 10,000 copies."
Yeah.
So Doug says, "Well, here's the deal. You take those 4 songs, you put it on side A, you record 4 acoustic songs, put it on side B, and it holds over the fans until the Illusions album."
Huh.
And bam, it's done. And then at the same time, they killed the scalpers. They killed the secondary market from it going from $500 to $700 to $15. Like you can find them on eBay now for $7.
Yeah. Well, mine didn't cost $7. All right. You know what's something? This is how jaded I am. I forgot how old this video is, and then the scene where Axel's walking into the hotel and the phone's lighting up blue. I was thinking, why does he have an Alexa?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I'll
was like,
tell you, man, being a teenager during that time, those phones were hot, man. These were before cell phones, and people had them, dude. You could get them at what are those stores now that sell like the shirts after Spencer's or whatever?
Yeah.
You can get them there, man.
My first phone in my room was I want to say Garfield, and then
Mine was the SI football.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the football. I remember the football. I had the football at one point. But the first one I remember was Garfield, and when you would pick it up, you would pick up his tail, and that was the receiver. And then he was holding the dial with the buttons.
Nice.
Weird to think about. I hadn't thought about that in years.
Hey, landlines. Who has them anymore?
I know, right?
I still got one in my basement.
I was just
one
thinking
that's
that.
literally,
It's like Plan B when the world goes to shit. I don't blame you. I wonder if like landline sales have gone up since the pandemic. People worrying about the apocalypse and shit.
I don't know. We find out.
I wonder.
That's
Yeah,
look into for sure.
Caputo's his phone's interrupted us one time, and I've been like, man, when's that gonna happen again?
Yeah, well, that was when I had like my stuff all in the basement, and now I'm up in like my own like sort of living quarters here in my room. So maybe in the future we'll see if I end up going down, getting some time in the basement there or whatever.
Revenue on landline phones amounts to $972 million in 2020, and the market is expected to grow annually by 2.5%.
I don't have one anymore. I haven't had one in 10 years.
Yeah, I don't have one either. They made more money than I thought they would. I haven't even touched one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they'd be dead by now.
Like, speaking of mothers, man, I had to like beg my mom to get rid of ours, or hers rather, not ours, but hers. Like I was like, there's no point. Well, what if people come and like need to use it? Like they don't. Even
Fuck
if your
'em.
friends, even if your friends are still like have their allegiance to flip phones with raised up buttons at your age, like they still have phones. I don't know anybody who doesn't have some kind of sort of cell phone.
Yeah. Well,
I
guys,
just,
we need to review Patience. We've watched the video.
Hmm.
We normally don't just watch the video, but guys, it's Patience. I mean,
yeah.
if you haven't heard Patience, go listen to it by now. It's your fault, not ours. So let's go ahead and let's give our ratings of it. Geoff, you're our guest. What would you give Patience on a scale of 1 to 5?
5 being the best, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the first song off the B side of the album, which is phenomenal. And under today's times, I'm gonna give it a solid 4.8.
Damn. All right.
I mean, and since my return, I've tried to learn it on guitar, and I've been at least Izzy's part. But yeah, I mean, that's something else. Like I can sit on my ass and play guitar, or watch TV, or go see the world when there's an opportunity to do so. So, guitar in the meantime has been taking it up, and Patience is one song that I've been trying to learn, and I've got it almost down. At least Izzy's part. And you know what? Like I said, today's times 4.8.
Chris, what do you think?
For me, like I remember like when like my whole GNR fandom started, like I only knew like Appetite and maybe like a handful of songs from Illusion and stuff. Like this totally like didn't cross my mind until I started like going to see Guns live and going, delving more into the discography. And this one always stuck out to me because like to me like GNR at that time was like I always heard like fast, heavy, like very hard rock stuff. And then you get the total opposite of it where it's just all acoustic.
Yeah.
It's, there's a good meaning to the song behind it. It's very chill, and it just catches my eye. Like, and I've basically loved that song ever since. And basically, yeah, for me, I'd give it a perfect solid 5 out of 5. Like, it's a song I'll never skip. It's a great song. And speaking of playing on guitar, I know the chords to it, so I just gotta relearn them again. Could
But
definitely
yeah,
bust it out one of these days, maybe.
speaking of which, that like F sharp that he goes between the D and the G at the end,
Yeah.
that's the only part that's really fucking me up. that F sharp when Izzy just rolls his thumb over the neck and like creates the bass for the D chord. That's where I'm just like, I know the timing. It's getting the hand over the neck to drop that thumb while you're trying to not fuck up that D chord, and that's the only part I'm fucking up. It's the point where I'm like skipping it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that.
You're still staying in time, but yeah, it's a phenomenal song, man. And it's one of those songs that I guarantee you anybody and everybody can appreciate. Like if you had your 85, 90-year-old grandmother on, she wouldn't. It's not a song she'd be like, turn that shit off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it plays for everybody.
Well, I'm going to tell a story before I give my rating.
All right.
It's just a quick one.
All right.
Rick and I went to see Michael Graves a few years ago. I've told most of this story before, but we followed him to the next town. I think it was Birmingham, Alabama, and we set up, hung out with him, and helped his people get set up before the show. And so we were there over by the merch table the whole time. And during the set, he broke out Patience for us.
Bam.
And so that was pretty cool, just to have that going on. But that being said, honestly, I don't hate it, but I'm not crazy about it. I give it a 3, right in the middle.
Too many feels, or you're just not feeling it?
Honestly, it just doesn't do it for me. Like, I mean, it doesn't really give me anything. Like, I mean, I get more feeling out of Rocket Queen than I do out of Patience.
Well, I do too, but it's a completely like it's put on the B side for a reason. It's like,
yeah,
it's a different side, It's just a different side of them.
Like if I was in a band and playing acoustic guitar, yeah, this would definitely be one of the ones that always came up. And I can see what everybody likes about it. It's just I don't know. It's just I don't have a reason that I don't like it. I can't explain it. I don't have a reason. I mean, I see all of its attributes. I'm not taking anything away from it. when it comes down to it, it's just not my cup of tea. I never cared for it.
Well, I will admit, like, it's played later in the set, so the beer sales are already gone over.
Mhm.
So if you're at a show
Yeah.
and they play it, you're kind of stuck watching it. Now, if they were to play it like in the middle somewhere, like after maybe Rocket Queen or something, like since we all know the set list isn't really changing,
Yeah.
like if it was played in the middle, maybe I'd go get a beer. Maybe. If I was in the pit, I don't know.
To me, Patience always came when I was in the pit and going regularly to see GNR. Patience was always played before Paradise City. So it was a signal that, we're winding it down so that we can kick it back up for
Yeah.
Paradise City and send you home on that high note. But I don't know. It's just it never. And it's one of the ones people, like when they find out that I'm a GNR fan, always play or throw on or reference or something like this. Always Jungle, Paradise City, or Patience or something like that.
Well, it's always that's always going to be, with all due respect to the bubblegummers, man. Like you got to dig deep to find the people like us.
Oh yeah, I mean I appreciate my friends trying
Right.
to play music that they think I'll like, but I don't know. I've just never cared for it. It's going to piss some people off on this podcast. I was kind of dreading this day that Patience came along because, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to bullshit and say that it's my favorite song ever just because, I'm trying to keep our constituents happy. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not my cup of tea.
Hey man,
But I
at least we're fighting for the same team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can't complain.
Everybody, you don't have to love everything, man. Like when I hear "Sweet Child," I'm like, man, fuck.
Oh, God, no.
It's a billion hits on on YouTube, man. Plus all the radio, plus I was there. That was actually "Sweet Child." Like my parents kept me from having that album when it came out because of all the shit they were getting, and the only thing I was able to get was the "Sweet Child" on the 45, man, and I still have it. And the B side was Brownstone. They didn't know that, but that was the first GNR thing I ever owned. Was their 45 of "Sweet Child." Now that I think about it out loud, and I had to play it on my shitty Fisher Price record player that had that big fucking, that had that big fucking knot in the middle that you could play a 45 on. Because my parents' record players did I didn't want them to know it was on side B, and B, they didn't have a nut for the 45, so I was stuck.
I've never heard anybody playing GNR on the Fisher.
It was the only thing that in my house that would play a fucking 45, man.
That's like listening to Motley Crue and a Teddy Ruxpin or whatever. What was it?
Teddy Ruxpin, you put the tape in the back and he'll mimic like what's coming out the mouth, but at least it's close enough. Something like that. Like pre-programmed, however, it's not as good as now with the technology, but if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Well, you guys want to see what we're doing next week?
Sure.
Yeah, let's spin that wheel, brother. Almost forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. It's been a good show. Thanks for coming on, Geoff. You gonna stick around for extra?
Can I? May I?
Sure.
I'm there.
Gladly.
Anything goes.
Nice.
Well,
GNR next week. All right.
dude, we've been on a fucking roll.
Don't forget about the alternate lyrics on that one, dude.
Ah, good point.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
If you can still find it on YouTube, there's a video of Axl singing with the old band of it, with the old lyrics before was that
Hollywood Rose, right?
Was it? Okay, all right. I thought maybe it was Rapid Fire for a minute. Maybe it wasn't. You guys
it wasn't Rapid Fire.
Oh God, not that.
You guys need to incorporate Rapid Fire in your posts.
We do.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we've done a couple, two of them.
Yeah,
already.
and they suck.
They're not good.
Hey, man, they are. Everybody's got to start somewhere, man.
That's true. But lyrically, it's like, eh.
Oh, it's awful. Well, guys, we're gonna keep hanging out with Geoff over in GN Extra. go over to gunsradio.com, or now GN Extra is available on all your favorite podcasting platforms, and go join us there to continue the conversation. And yeah, next week anything goes. So we're gonna have fun with that. Man, we're gonna run out of good songs, man. There's just so many good songs that we put. Even Patience, like, even though I didn't give the best review of it, like, it's still a good song. Yeah.
I don't hate. No.
But like, we're gonna run out of good songs. Watch it. It's gonna be all Izzy tracks again.
Oh, another Izzy month. Let's do it. Fuck it.
Love
Some
it.
of those
Hey, speaking of which, did you guys check out the fucking documentary the kid put on YouTube? That Brando interview?
Yeah, I did. We'll have to. Let's save that for extra, and we'll chat more about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that over in GN Extra. So guys, go join us there. And until next week, I'm Dustin Bonez.
And I'm Chris Caputo. We'll see you next week on Guns and Radio. Peace.
Rock on, guns.